what kind of work do you do? I'll work with a man who blues, top two screws and chooses fuses for the lavender, liner, lender, slump, water, slinging, and proclaim counts in one of the quiet corners of Cucamonga, Alabama. You work for the, let's see, that town again was it's got two K's, Kokomo, Cucamonga. Oh, that's right, it's not Kuka, but Coco, I mean, it's not Coca, but Kuka, not Coca, but Kuka. All right, now let me get this straight. You work with a man who blues flues, that's right, and chews up shoes for boozy floozies? No. Woozy woozies? No. I'll work with a man who blues flues, top two screws, and chews his fuses for the lavender, lawn, and slump waters, leaking and work like house, one of the quiet corners of I'll do it myself this time, Elma. Manga. Reginald, what do you do on your days off? What do I do on my days off? What? Guess. Guess? That's what? Guess. Well, guess? Well, I don't even know what letter we're on. Pay. P? That's what? Pay. Well, I can only make the wildest, most improbable kind of stab. Go ahead. Well, have you ever participated in such a perverted pastime as to pick petrol-fired pomegranate pods out of people's polluted porridge? May I please have the pleasure to perish if I've ever participated in such a perverted pastime as to put, no, not put, but pick, as to put petrified pantherpods, no, it's petrol-fired pomegranate pods, petrol-fired pomegranate pods into into polluted pimples. No, it's not polluted pimples, it's people's polluted, into people's polluted, I'll give you a hint now, Reginald. It's either purple possum pudding, porridge, or oatmeal. Oatmeal? Well, if you don't do that, possibly, perhaps, probably you pick those plastic posters and purchase provocative pictures of Palisades Park. When you're not with a man who blues, flues, tattoos, screws, and chooses fuses for the lavender, lantern, lantern, slap lighters, like in the Portland Gas, one of the five corners of Cucaluga, no, the Cucaconga. Well, it's Cuca something rather right enough, but that isn't right enough. And if you're not right about that, maybe you're not right about the letter P. Maybe what you really do on your days off, rather too embarrassed to admit, is to squire around squat squaws with square skirts who unsquimishly squawking, squirming squash bugs without even squinting. Or you're too modest to admit that you assemble accordions that are astutely acknowledged to be acutely accurate accumulations of acoustic accomplishment. Or stop it, Elvis, stop it. I can't even work an edge in wetwise. I mean, edge in wetwise. I mean, why is it working edge? I mean, no, Reginald, what you mean is that you can't even work a word in edgewise. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I can't even, why is it working edgewood? Well, Reginald Rutherford was right about one thing. He could not work a word in edgewise. But that didn't stop him from trying. Twice more, he managed to work an edge in wordwise, and 3 additional times, he edged a word in workwise. But try as he would, he was never able to work a word in edgewise. And unfortunately, in his attempts to do so, he developed a kink in his tongue. Whereupon, Homer Hawkins solicitously asked if Reginald Rutherford felt himself linguistically lacerated by such a profusely plentiful proliferation of parallel elements, and trying emphatically to assert that he did not feel himself linguistically lacerated by such a profusely plentiful proliferation of parallel elements, Reginald Rutherford developed a second kink in his tongue. Well, at this time, Homer Hawkins apologized, hoped the kinks could be straightened out, and said that he would never have carried on as he did had he not supposed the two of them to be as catalytically compatible as a couple of cockeyed cackling cockney cocoons caught in a casket of cocoa. Predictably, Reginald Rutherford began to deny that the two of them were in any sense as catalytically compatible as a couple of cockeyed, cackling, cockney cocoons caught in a casket of cocoa. But before he could complete his denial, Reginald Rutherford contracted a permanently unretractable torque in his tongue, and you know to this day, Reginald Rutherford cannot say even such simple and commonplace tongue twisters as Moses opposes his toes and roses, or Theophilus Thistle, the thrifty thistle, scepter thrust 3,000 thistles in the thick of his thumb. Listen, he can't even say that simple little 4-word tongue twister, rubber baby bunky bookers, boogie backy